the Advancing Energy Podcast, featuring topics and trends on precision power conversion, measurement, and control solutions.
Hi, I'm Andrew Huang, Director of Investor Relations and Strategic Analytics at Advanced Energy. I've been with the company for about 2.5 years. Prior to AE, I worked in other corporate roles and was a Wall Street analyst for about 20 years. Today, we're at AE's corporate headquarters in Denver, Colorado, to talk about macro trends that are heavily influencing the precision power market and how AE will address those trends. I'm here with Edwin Mok, VP of Strategic Marketing and Investor Relations. Edwin has over 30 years of experience in the semiconductor and semiconductor equipment industry. Welcome, Edwin.
Hey, thanks, Andrew. So a little bit of background about myself. I also worked in Advanced Energy for around 7 years, and before that, I was also a Wall Street analyst, and prior to that, I was an applied materials developing equipment.
Thanks for the background. Let me start by asking, why are we doing this podcast?
Yeah, I think that's a fair question. So as you mentioned, right, both you and I have been on Wall Street for a while, and part of our job was to do fundamental research. So we like doing these things. We like looking at macro trends and see how they affect, in our case, in our roles here, affect our industries. As part of that exercise, we have identified 6 macro trends that we think is affecting the precision power market, and we are hoping that our audience can learn a little bit about these trends.
Great. Let's focus on the first 3 trends. Artificial intelligence, or AI, the trillion-dollar semiconductor industry, and finally, energy efficiency.
Sounds great.
Okay, let's jump right in with one of the most popular topics today, AI. There's been a lot of news about how AI requires massive amounts of power. Goldman Sachs estimates that the power used by data centers will more than triple from 2020 to 2030, with an upside case more than double the base case in 2030. Can you talk a little bit about how the adoption of AI is impacting the precision power market and advanced energy in particular?
Yeah, thanks. So, AI obviously is a big driver for many markets. For our market, precision power, we look at it at twofold. First is on data center server rack power. In data center, as AI is getting adopted, the GPU manufacturer are making more and more powerful GPU that requires higher power. In addition, server maker is trying to pack more GPU into a server rack. Both of those things combined drive exponential increase in rack power level. And that's it's driving demand for these new power supplies. This year, we have launched and have been ramping our high power solution and got adopted by a lot of the AI data center. And we're already planning for next year. And just to give you a sense of how fast they're increasing, our solution for next year is likely to more than double the power output for the power solution that we are delivering. So Advanced Energy participates in this market by leveraging our advantage. Our 3 main advantages are our high power density, as I described, as well as high power efficiency, and also our high reliability. These things are becoming more and more important for the industries as the power level increase. So that's how we are participating. And we are not staying still. We continue to develop new products.
Thank you. Can you tell me a little bit more about the new HVDC power architecture? It's being championed by both OCP and NVIDIA.
Yeah, so there's some news recently around that. And as I said, we continue to develop new power product. HVDC is basically taking that power beyond just the rack level. Right now, rack is moving from 50 volt DC, or HVDC will move to 800 volts DC. This will ultimately improve the end-to-end efficiency, allow the server rack to move even higher power, eventually reach 1 megawatt server rack. These transitions typically drive higher opportunity for a power supply company like Advanced Energy and require new generation of technology to enable that. Advanced Energy is in the forefront on this, and we are obviously actively working with our customers to develop these new technologies.
Okay, you mentioned that the impact on power in the data center is twofold. What's the other one?
Yeah, so beyond server rack power, these server racks, as the power level increase, also generate a lot of heats. With the new GPU, they are very heat sensitive, right? As a result, substantial cooling requirement in data center comes in. And as part of that, you need to power those new cooling equipment. So that effectively increases the power density of the cooling equipment as well. Advanced Energy is also providing solution to serve that part of the market. For example, we have our Evergreen product, which is a high-density power solution that we are seeing adoption by cooling equipment manufacturer that are making cooling equipment for the data center market. So we are seeing the second fold of drivers from the data center market.
Switching gears now to semiconductors, McKinsey believes that the industry is on track to reach $1 trillion by 2030. Again, helping drive that growth is AI, with demand for GPUs and memory in the data center expected to broaden to the edge. How will these trends affect the wafer fab equipment market?
Yeah, so the wafer fab equipment, a lot of growth is coming from the leading edge, as you suggest. A lot of it is driven by AI, but also trailing edge. The main driver for that is for processing, storing, and transmitting data on more and more complex range of applications, right, around these different things. We believe that is driving continued growth in device, and as a result, the necessary capacity to actually build both front-end wafer fab equipment as well as back-end test assembly capacity to meet the demand. At the leading edge, this is increasing the process challenge for our customers, and therefore our customers developing new solution to meet that. As part of that, we are developing advanced precision power solution to support our customer on the new equipment.
You mentioned increased challenges at the leading edge, and I understand that device technology continues to march along smaller and more advanced process nodes, reaching what we call the Angstrom era. What needs to happen in plasma power to enable this?
Yeah, so enable these atomic layer device, our customer need to make the most advanced, the most challenging etch and deposition plasma process, which use our plasma solution. This put unprecedented demand on plasma control. Advanced Energy is a leader in plasma power. We have a slate of new generation products such as eVoS, Everest, and Navix, where our customers are using them to enable the equipment. These products has the most advanced capability, such as multi-level pulsing, millisecond of RF transition time, as well as direct control of ion energy. These capabilities are needed in order for our customer to create a plasma process to process these Angstrom level device. We believe we are in the forefront of that, and we are helping our customer to meet those challenges.
Beyond plasma power, AE also provides a wide range of power solutions. Can you share with the audience the different types of products and applications that we serve? How do we enable our customers to innovate?
Yeah, so we sell a lot of other products beyond plasma power, such as high voltage power, sensing and control products that are used in wide range of application. Applications such as thermal process, ion implantation, process control, as well as back-end test and assembly equipment. These processes are seeing a similar type of increased challenge for the processing, similar to plasma power that I described early on. And our solutions enable our customer to face this challenge. We are investing heavily in R&D on developing these products, and we continue to see increased requirement from our customer, and AE is very well positioned to meet those requirements.
Now let's talk about energy efficiency. That's an area that AE has put a lot of focus on. There's certainly increased demand for better efficiency in the power supply space. You've heard of 80+, which is a power supply certification program, and that was recently updated to the standard 80+ Ruby, which is the first update since 2011. So maybe can you give us some examples of industries where energy efficiency has become even more important?
Yeah, so first obvious industry where it's very important is in data center. With all these AI data center, the power requirement increased a lot, and therefore, how efficient we are using the power is directly affect the performance of a data center. Leads the industry with one of the most highest efficiency product. Our power supply that we sell to the data center market achieve 98% efficiency, which is the highest in the industry, higher than vast majority of the product in the market, and that's how we help our customer to make better efficient use of the electricity.
That's a great example of the importance of energy efficiency. Where else is this important?
Yeah, in other industries such as a lot of industrial application, energy efficiency is also important. For example, in large capital equipment, we talk about semiconductor, but large manufacturing equipment typically require very high power. So efficiency help customers save energy. Similarly, for battery power equipment, energy efficiency is also very important because you want to maximize the power that you have and therefore allow it to extend the battery life. We have a number of products that sell into these kind of applications. I mentioned Evergreen previously. That's a good example where we can deliver 95% efficiency for our customer.
What about the lighting industry? The industry has transitioned from incandescent lamps to LED-based lamps, and that certainly happened. That helps reduce the consumption of power. What else can we do to improve the efficiency?
Yeah, so beyond the lamps, the other next step is to kind of improve efficiency on a system level. This is especially true for large-scale lighting installation, such as indoor farm or large high bay warehousing, right? Or even like large supermarket or horticulture installation, where they use a lot of LED lamps. Currently, a lot of installation, they have individual ballasts for each lamp, and therefore there's a very inefficient way of using power. And Advanced Energy has offered centralized power solution, such as our LumaDrive solution, which allow a customer to put all the power in one location, which effectively reduce the number of power conversion stage and increase the overall efficiency of a system. This also help lower the installation costs and also operating costs for our customer as well.
Okay, now that we've covered the first three trends, we're going to pause our discussion. Stay tuned for part 2 of our podcast, where we'll cover the next 3 trends. In the meantime, please be sure to like and subscribe to our channel.
Bye.
Thank you for joining us for this episode of the Advancing Energy Podcast. Be sure to subscribe.